serve as the basis for possible changes in appropriations to the budget bills we will be voting on tomorrow, May 29th at 10 a.m. As my colleagues and I have discussed for the last few weeks, we have currently identified spending reductions in the budget in the amount of $58.6 million. I motion that we vote to adopt these reductions as one bulk spending reduction.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments from the members? Let's see here.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, Councilman Marks?
Just in brief, this is probably the toughest budget I've had to deal with in my 10 years on the council. But I want to say this has been one of the best budget processes. I want to thank the chair for the very transparent way she has conducted things. I want to thank the county executive staff and our auditor staff for the thorough analysis they have done. Again, a very tough budget, but I think a very good budget process.
I agree, Councilman Marks. Thank you so much for those comments. With that being said, we have also had the transition virtually, which was a challenge at first, but we were able to do it and do it well. Councilman Catch?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I too want to echo what Councilman Marks has said. These are very challenging times because of the COVID-19. Our auditors and the county executives, budget, the director of budget have come up with some very concerning revenue pictures. They differ slightly, but just let me say that because of COVID, we have at least $130 million deficit when you take this year and last year together. Now, our auditors actually have projected that deficit to be more. Let's hope that the U.S. economy and that the economy of Baltimore County will begin to show progress so that we in Baltimore County will not be in a position to have to make more cuts. I talked with the county executive yesterday who's fairly optimistic that things are going to get better and that the revenue picture from the administration will stand. So let's just all hope that that's going to happen, that the actions we take today will solve our problem for this coming year, and we can proceed that we will also, we didn't use any of the rainy day fund. The county executive did not, which puts us in good shape because that rainy day fund, which is $200 million, sits there untouched. So, and hopefully it won't need to be touched. So I think we will be in very good fiscal shape, assuming there's no further turn down in the national economy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Councilman Clark?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to echo and also agree with Councilman Marks and Councilman Catch. You know, I think one thing that we still don't know for sure, but we are more than hopeful, but it's not guaranteed, is that hopefully in June or perhaps July, there'll be a bipartisan bill out of Washington, D.C. that's going to give us more flexibility and more resources for state and local government. And, you know, the last time we looked at this, that wasn't as certain, although we had heard conversations about it. And just recently, even Mitch McConnell had recognized that there will probably be something to help state and local government. So that's a big statement coming from Mitch McConnell, the same person who said basically let states go bankrupt. So he seems to have evolved his position quite considerably on that. And we know the president is in favor of state and local, some type of package. We know the Democratic leadership is in favor of some type of state and local package. But this is not a done deal. And so any listeners, whether it's our labor groups or whether it's concerned citizens, hopefully that now's the time to call your congressperson, call your senators, really advocate for a federal package, not only to help state and local, but also for more stimulus. Just today, just maybe hour ago, we did see some movement also with the PPP program, where Congress is going to provide a lot more flexibility to small businesses. And I think that's very, very important because many small businesses are teetering on the edge of, unfortunately, never coming back. And so I think that even the updated information we got on the PPP program today shows that Congress is really cognizant of where we're at. And obviously we all think, whether we're Republican or Democrat, you know, if we're going to help support some of these small businesses and medium-sized businesses and even some of the bigger companies, surely we don't want to let our police and our firefighters and our teachers and our people that work in the roads and doing public works, we want to definitely make sure we're taking care of the people that are really making local government work. And so knowing that, and also knowing that the county executive is prepared, along with the budget office, to do whatever is needed. God forbid we find ourselves, 3, 6, 12 months into this without the federal support, or maybe with a bigger deficit that many of us worry about, and I think rightfully so. We know that the county executive stands ready to do what's needed to make sure that we don't lose our credit rating, we don't lose our good standing, that we maintain a balanced budget. And so because of that, I'm very confident working together with the administration that we will get through this. So I just wanted to put that on the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Quirk. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Councilman Crandall?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I concur with my colleagues on the difficulty and the challenges that we've faced over the last month or so in dealing with the most challenging budget, certainly that I've been around in 6 years. And I just want to commend the labor groups and different agency heads that came before us. And I think that a lot of people are sort of indoctrinated to defend their budget. And we know how important every agency is and every county employee is to the functions of Baltimore County government. But we had directors coming before us saying, we know that times are tight and we know that the challenge that you face, and we're willing to do our part and make certain sacrifices without sacrificing their service to the residents of Baltimore County. So I did really appreciate those that came before us, those that came to the table to work out agreements with the administration, and then those that came to the table to defend their budget, saying, hey, we're in this with you, and we're willing to do our part and make the sacrifices that I think every Baltimore County citizen has had to face in some form or another. So I just wanted to acknowledge those people that did recognize the challenge before us. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Crandall. Anyone else?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilman?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I agree with all my colleagues, and I just want to give a shout out and commend all the county employees who, through this period that we've been working virtually, have continued to work through this really well. The last couple of days, I've been calling different county agencies on issues, and each time I call, there's someone at the other end, and I said, hey, I didn't know you were in the office. And the employees I was speaking with said, well, I'm not in the office. I've had my phone forwarded. My calls are forwarded to my cell phone. And I was getting answers to some questions within an hour each time. And I thought, wow, county government and the county employees really need to be recognized for this, because in this time where we hear so many concerns about I can't get through. I can't get through. I've had, and I don't believe it's because I'm a councilman, I believe it's because of the good work of county employees that we can get through and constituents can get through. And so I just want to give a shout out to all the county employees that are, continuing to do the good work that they did when we were coming into the office every day, and now that we're in this virtual environment, they're still doing well. So great job, county employees.
Thank you, Councilman Patoka. I would also like to echo everything my colleagues have mentioned. It's been an extraordinarily difficult time, I know, for the administration and the county council and all the employees in Baltimore County, but we've gotten through it, and I appreciate the hard work of everyone. Mr. Secretary, we need now call the roll. Who did I miss? Oh, Ms. Rogers, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to, on behalf of the administration as well as all of our employees, thank you all for the compliments. We worked really hard to be able to move our operation into a virtual environment, which allows our employees, many of our employees, to conduct work virtually, whether it be phone, email, scan, everything that we can potentially do to keep government going. So we do appreciate the acknowledgement and say to you, we thank you for your partnership. I also wanted to say to the auditing team, to Lauren and Elizabeth and all the the analysts, we appreciate the work this year. We really felt the partnership, even though this was a very difficult budget. But I just, on behalf of the administration, want to echo our thanks for the cooperative spirit and the working relationship that we've developed over the last year and into this budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. I agree. Our auditors and the folks in the Office of Budget and Finance Administration really worked well together to make sure that we come up with a balanced budget, which we are going to. Mr. Secretary?
Madam Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman Jones. I knew I was forgetting.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I will be brief. I just wanted to commend.
I couldn't see you. There
That's
you
okay.
are.
I wanted to just commend you on your leadership, as well as all the other council members, the administration, the auditor staff, the budget officer, Mr. Blades, the county executive. It's no doubt about it. It was a very difficult task, and we all came together with our own ideas of what was important and what should be cut and what should not be cut. But at the end of the day, I think we all put the county first in the best interest of the citizens of Baltimore County. And once that took the forefront, we all were able to sort of just work together in the best interest of the citizens and come up with something that we all could live with. We may not agree with every individual item, but it was something that we all could live with and move the ball forward, and it's in the best interest of Baltimore County. So thank you very much, and I'm done with that.
Madam Chair, can I ask one quick question?
Yeah, sure, Councilman.
To Mr. Bostwick, isn't it true that this is the largest budget cut that we know of in county history?
Mr. Marks, as a matter of fact, it is. In doing some research, the last time we had significant cuts for the time was 1992 for the fiscal 93 budget, which we all, if we have a memory of that time or have read about it, it was a very difficult budget time then, and the council cut $7.5 million. Last year actually was historically, I think, the second largest, which was almost $15 million, if you recall. So the amount of these cuts that are being considered and potentially adopted is of 58, almost $59 million is, to say the least, significant, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. If everyone has spoken, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the motion.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
The motion is passed and the reductions are adopted. Is there any further discussion or comments on the budget from the members?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Jones?
I just wanted to, I'm sorry I did not mention this in my initial comments, but I think it's worth noting that we as a Team Baltimore County, we were able to come up with these cuts and without any furloughs or layoffs. And I think it's important that we also give the unions some credit because they recognized the situation we were in. They knew that it was a dire straits for the county, and they stepped up to the plate and did their part. So although there is no layoffs or furloughs, the unions did, their employees of Baltimore County did chip in terms of raises that they were entitled to. So I guess wanted to make sure we put that on the table as well.
Very good, and duly noted. And I would also like to add Dr. Kurt Midas to the list of people who stepped up and said, you know, we have a lot of needs and wants, but if we can just get maintenance of effort, we understand. And that had to be a difficult place for her to be in, coming before us with CCBC. So, yes, I appreciate everyone that was willing to just hold the line for now, right, because of the necessity of it. Okay, is there any further discussions or comments on the budget from the members? Okay, this budget deliberation meeting is now closed. Thank you again to my colleagues and everyone in attendance. We will convene via video teleconference to formally adopt the FY 2021 budget tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'd like to thank everyone again, and I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.